according to my perspective, why do we feel urge for music or something? I mean, for me, music is not actually an entertainment thing. It's more like a meditation for me. I mean, it has become, I started like most of the people do, they just enjoy music. Obviously you don't need to know why are you enjoying. You don't have to give a reason for it. But obviously with time you start searching. When you have finally left everything just for your passion, then you start obviously studying exhaustively. Why do you want to do that? That becomes your prime objective. And what I have felt, because music, the Indian classical music especially, Radha, now you can switch on your video, because at least I can see people and you can. So
hey, give me a minute, Aditya.
Yeah, no
struggling
problem.
A little bit.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So what I have felt over the time, music has a very, it's meditative in nature, first of all, Indian classical music. And what meditation does, I have attended, and along with music, I started attending Gita sessions and so many. I started reading a lot of physics, quantum physics. Obviously, I come with a physics background. So it is my opinion. May not be true for someone else, and I don't bother about it, that it can be true for someone else or not. But what I have realized, it's my opinion. When you do job, when you are entrepreneur or whatever you are doing materialistically, you are fulfilling your basically need of body. You are fulfilling need of body, which is this body. It is bounded by physicality. You have skin and everything. And in reality, we all people want to grow. We just want to grow. Whatever we want to grow. So I have tried to relate physics, mechanical engineering, music, spirituality. Why does it all happen? I attended a lot of sessions, spiritual leaders, quantum mechanics and all those. And why it happens? The second law of thermodynamics says that the entropy of the universe is increasing. The entropy of the universe is increasing. That's the second law of thermodynamics. We all know that. Even if you have not studied mechanical engineering, you don't need to bother about it. Entropy is it's a degree of randomness. If I confine you all in a room, like nowadays, the quarantine time, we all want to go out. If I put 10 people inside a room and I put them together for 10 hours, and the moment I open the door, they all want to move out, they want to roam around. So we have a natural urge of to expand. That's what I can say entropy is in a layman's language. It's a degree of randomness. Okay, so the entropy of the universe is increasing. As per spiritual scriptures, Maxim may not be knowing, but that's what the Indian scriptures say, that everything is inside us. Everything is inside us. If we talk about the universe, it's all within you. The happiness is within you. You don't have to search anything outside. Everything is within you. And that's what yogis do basically. So the something which is within us, it wants to expand. You cannot fulfill that expansion by materialistic thing, food or XYZ materialistic the luxury things, whatever you get. Music, meditation, any art form, it's a means to add another dimension to your life. And that's what is the basic principle, that when you add another dimension to art form or music, it helps you in the expansion which we want, which is the natural urge That's how the nature works. That's why, even after achieving a lot, what actually happens? A person wants to learn something more. Especially they want to go towards art, maybe painting or whatever. So what we are doing here, music, it's one of the finest of the fine art. In India, there are 9 arts that are called Kala. Okay, so these are like 9 art forms are there. I believe Mr. Shivaram must have studied these things in a theory. So these are called Lalit Kala. I will write in Hindi because obviously, and it has like sculpture, painting, music, dance. Music is the finest of the fine art. This has been accepted by the people who actually made this list, or the artist. The music is the finest of the fine art because it adds another dimension to your life for expansion. It fills the space between you and infinity. So basically, if you go to spiritual scriptures, or if you discuss with the top of the top maestro who has realized himself, they will say music is a path to God. It's very divine in nature. Especially I say Indian classical music, it's very divine in nature. Swami Haridas and these people, they have samadhi in Vrindavan. So you can read about these people. For them, music has never been a source of entertainment. Music has always been worship to divine. And that is the reason we should study music. And that's why, even after achieving a lot, there is always an urge that you want to do something more. And what is that something more? You don't want to again go someone at the age of 70 or 75. I have doubts that he again wants to study mechanical engineering. But I have seen a lot of people. I studied piano in Delhi School of Music. People at the age of 75, 80s, they are coming to, learn piano. They are not going to perform ever in their life. I mean, it's very much uncertain and they do not have wish to do that. But it's for their own satisfaction. That is again the same thing. So basically, the thermodynamics, this person is there, which is like you and me. When they say everything is inside you, so whole Brahman, whole universe is inside you. So relating the thermodynamics, physics with spirituality, everything is inside you. That inside it wants to expand, and music adds another dimension. That's what I have concluded. It's my opinion after reading so much from the books or listening to the masters, learning tabla from the maestros. I have been doing. I have 4 gurus now. So that's why there is a natural urge for art form. It fulfills your life. There is a space between you and infinity. It will be filled by this art form, and music is that one. That's why we are doing it. So this is a very logical explanation. There are many things basically. We will talk about the physics thing also later some time. If you go for the benefits of music, there is a TED talk which you can see. I believe benefits of music. It enhances your cognitive capacity. So basically, there was one experiment was performed in which a bunch of musicians were taken and normal people who didn't have any formal education of music, and they were given a certain task related to memory, intelligence, and it was found that musicians who had formal training, they performed much better. Then it was researched that musicians, those who have years of formal training and they are too much into music, they have a gland in their brain. Basically, music is an exercise of brain. They have a gland in their brain that's called corpus callosum. They have that corpus callosum, enlarged corpus callosum, which is responsible for sending messages. This is the thing. And that's how, slowly with practice, obviously not in a month or a year that's going to happen. It takes years and years and years to reach up to that level. Even Albert Einstein, he used to play violin. And even the great president, APJ Abdul Kalam, he was a Rudraveena player. So it enhances your cognitive capacity. That's one, definitely a benefit in a materialistic world. If you want to see that, you will become really focused, your concentration level will increase a lot, your memory will increase a lot, your perfection level will increase a lot, because it takes a lot of practice to perfect an instrument. That is really, really required. So that perfection gets reflected in your job or whatever profession you are following. So that is the one benefit. In fact, this is not just one. This one has so many sub-benefits. That's why you should learn music. So we are going to, especially I deal with the rhythm part of music. Melody, how music is interpreted. Music is melody plus rhythm. Music is melody plus rhythm. You must be hearing this sound which is going in my background. Can you hear? Ayush, can you hear this sound is coming? A constant frequency sound?
The traffic noise.
No, not traffic noise. This sound is coming.
Okay, this one, yes, I hear it. I thought it was from traffic.
No, it is not from.
Okay.
Traffic is noisy. This is musical.
Okay.
I wish traffic becomes musical. I seriously wish that someday, maybe you are doing some research on energy, you do something on sound energy and produce a horn which is musical, very musical. But then people would not want to move away from you. So that's okay. I'm kidding. So,
but on the roads, they create like LP records.
Correct.
That road asphalt is the LP, and that the tires of a car is like a needle. So if you ride on this road, music plays.
That doesn't happen in India. That happens in Europe.
Somewhere in the parallel universe.
No, yeah, definitely it happens. I know that. I was in Turkey, in Europe I have been, and yeah, obviously in US also it happens. That is there. But now in India there is a speed breaker. You have to stop. So melody. This constant frequency, it is a melody going. For me, since the time I wake up and till the time I go to sleep, if I am not doing any of my work, I'm an entrepreneur and I teach obviously. So when I am not working, this music, constant frequency music, either some instrumental or such relaxing music, it keeps on going. And I believe you, it has immense benefits. It keeps you calm, whatever the situation is. So that's a melody form which you already know. Melody is it deals with in Indian alphabets, sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. In you people learn C D F G A B C or do re mi fa so la ti do. All these things. So melody, obviously you understand. Rhythm part, I deal with the rhythm part. That's what we are going to understand. So it's like 50-50. So when we start learning music, I'm learning currently from my Ustad, who is a great Ustad of Delhi Gharana, Ustad Rafiuddin Sabri ji, and my previous guru Pandit Saridas. I met him in bits-pilani only. How they initiated music, they told me that I learned by a proper Guru Shishya Parampara. I went with, chana. What do you call chana in English? What is chana in English, guys?
Chickpeas, gram.
Yes, gram. So they asked me to bring gram pieces along with sweet. That's called in India it is a gud. So this is two things I took to him. I was not aware why this is happening. Okay, and we brought. So this, the basic reason why he told all these things is that gram pieces, they are generally hard. So music is really hard to. It's very difficult to master. It's not at all easy It's not at all easy to master music. So you have to work hard to chew the gram piece. Once you master it, then you are going to get taste. Then you are going to get prasad or offering like sweet. So this is the basic, this is the basic. This is how you are initiated in Indian music, and they put a thread around your wrist. That's like a promise. They call it ganda. So that's a promise that you are going to work really hard in music, and you will make your ustad proud. So this is how you are initiated in Indian music. Rhythm part. Now I'm coming to the technicalities. Rhythm part. So basically this rhythm part, when we talk about rhythm in India, so basically rhythm it's an English word. In India, when we learn music, there's something we call, you must have heard, tala. In English it's called tala, or it's tal, or if you want you can call it tal. With this we are going to, with basically this tal, we are going to deal in, I write it here so that with this tal thing which we are going to deal in these sessions. Now I tell you the difference between rhythm, beats, and its correlation with Indian music. So guys, basically understand there is a difference. Indian music is very complex. Things are not that simple in Indian music. There are so much intricacies in Indian music. How things happen. Understand? Basically, when we talk about rhythm, so basic music, you cannot play music just like that. You are simply playing note anywhere randomly. No, you have to follow a time arrangement. That arrangement is rhythm. Okay, and it's actually a rhythmic. A pattern is there. A pattern means, I tell you, it's like collection of beats. I can tell. Collection of beats. Your heart beats. Dhak dhak, dhak dhak. That dhak dhak, they are beats. Dhak is one beat, another beat dhak. So they are beats. When you clap, that is actually beat. Rhythm, when it continues, it makes a pattern. That's a rhythm. Loosely you can say tal, which we are going to play in tabla, or what you want to put on drums. They are rhythm, but the tal is little more than rhythm. Now I tell you what tal is. Understand? This tal thing, it is not just a continuous collection of beats. Tal is not a continuous collection of beats, guys. It has many other things also. Like, it is cyclic in nature. What I am going to play on tabla, what people play on drums or any other instrument, any percussion instrument I'm talking about, this tar, it is cyclic in nature. Cyclic means once you start, it ends, then again it starts. So this is like this rhythmic pattern, it goes in cycle. Each one is a beat. Each one is a beat. Each one is a beat. Okay? And even these beats, they have subgroups in it. Like 1 and 2, you group it. 2 are in group, then 4 are in group, then 2 are in group, and depending on the rhythmic pattern, different rhythmic patterns will have different structure. Like in Indian classical music, we have 6 beat cycle, that's called dadra, 8 beat cycle, that's called keharwa, 16 beat cycle, very famous, that's called teen thar. So these things, they are little complex, little more than rhythm. Loosely we say rhythm and tal, they are same. If you ask a person who is just initiated into music, he may feel that rhythm and tala are same, but they are not same. Tala is cyclic, they have groups in it, subgroups in it, that is going to be there in tal system. So we are going to deal with tal system. Now, let me come back to the practical thing. Theory portion will keep on going. There are a lot of things, and many of the things which I am teaching here, basically many of the things, they are not going to be told if you go to any professional guru, and you cannot even expect, because he has not learned engineering or physics. You are there just to learn music, and I am here to teach theory and so many things which are there, which actually makes your perception really, big. So I'm coming to my tabla now. I will move this one. I have tabla here, and I move. Okay, so I will tell you a few other things which are quite important. As I told you, the rhythmic pattern. I'm going to start with the rhythmic pattern. Very basic. The first thing which people learn in Indian classical music is this one. Understand? Just a minute. I need to set this up. Correct. And yeah, we have Ijaz Bhai also with us. Ijaz?
Hello.
हाँ, where are you?
Hi.
हाँ, कहाँ पे हो भाई?
Hi. घर पे हूँ. Hi.
नहीं, घर पे तो हो लेकिन दिख नहीं रहे हो. यहाँ पे तो इजाज मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है. Ayush, can you bring Ijaz? Can you make Ijaz visible?
Okay.
Hello.
हाँ. Okay, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, इजाज आ जाएगा. So Ijaz is my colleague, my.
Hello.
हाँ, तुम ठीक है. लेकिन तुम दिख नहीं रहे हो मेरी स्क्रीन पे, वो बात अलग है. कोई बात नहीं.
नहीं, maybe it's because you don't have the gallery view on.
Okay, fine. Okay, never mind. I don't want to move. If you can see,
we can see.
Okay, fine.
I can see him.
Fine, no problem.
He's sitting with the instrument.
So Ijaz is my colleague. We have played a lot of concerts together, and Ijaz Bhai is a professional sarangi player. He is from family of musicians. He is from Delhi, and his grandfather, he learned from his grandfather, Ustad Sabri Khan. Ijaz Bhai, अभी करते हैं तुम्हारा, सारी चीजें करते हैं धीरे धीरे. अभी रिदम पे आते हैं, उसके बाद में तुम्हारा एक एंटरटेनमेंट पीस होगा. So Maxim, whatever I am telling in Hindi, they are just some friendly words. You don't worry about those. They are not going to. Whatever is important, I am going to talk in English only. So
for me, it's like music, so no problem.
Okay. So the thing is, Ijaz Bhai, Ijaz Bhai learned Sarangi from his Ustad Sabri Khan. He is a Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. Ustad Sabri Khan was one of the greatest musicians of India. So there is a small thing which Ijaz Bhai never told me, and I got to know this thing from his current Ustad Kamal Sabri ji, when he put in the interview of The Hindu. So the thing is, there is I believe you must all be knowing this band Beatles. I believe this pop band Beatles was there, British band. So Beatles was too much into Indian culture. They got much attracted to Indian culture. They came to Rishikesh to learn yoga with Maharshi Mahesh Yogi. And the guitarist of the Beatles, George Harrison, he was one of the greatest musicians, a genius. He started learning sitar from Pandit Ravi Shankar. Okay?
Yes.
Grammy Award winner Pandit Ravi Shankar. The drummer of the Beatles started learning Sarangi from grandfather of Ijaz Bhai. So he comes from that high family, so very recognized. And somehow I met Ijaz Bhai 4 years back. His brother was playing a concert in India Habitat Center, and I invited Ijaz Bhai to play with me in one of my concerts in Russian embassy. That's how we get to know. So Ijaz Bhai would be playing a small piece of melody after some time. So let me start with the basics, the alphabets of Indian percussion. Okay, tabla. So basically, guys, you may not be having tabla with you currently, and I do not even expect that. So like ABCD is there are syllables. So the alphabets of tabla is, this is na. You listen this, na, and this is the same thing which is na also and ta also. Na or ta, both are same. Depending on it all depends on the bones. Means slowly when come to the advanced level, then you will understand. Sometimes we call it na, sometimes we call it ta. Both are same only. It all just depends on the composition. Where na suits, where ta suits, you will get to know. Fine. There are some more syllables. Like first, this is the right hand. We call it chati also. This thing we call it chati, or if you go to Bengal, they call it this one on the right one, the small one, they call it tabla or chati, or just daya. And this one, it's called baya or dagga. Okay. So the syllables goes like this: na, tun, na, ta. Na and ta both are same. This is, you will get to know when you will study further. You will get to know this is a corner. Okay, we call it kinar. If you play, a syllable comes out. We call it na, ta, tun, and then na, ta, tun. Then there are more. We call it te, 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 te. We will use this te, te later, not in the beginning. So for initial stage, just 3 syllables are enough. Okay. On the left hand side, which is baya, we call it baya or dagga. It is like we use 3 fingers for it: 1, 2, and 3. Middle 3 fingers. Okay. With this finger, we make it. That's called ge. And this, if you use these 2 fingers and put it together, it's called ghe. Ge, ghe. Ge, ghe. Ge, ghe, ge, ghe, ge, ghe, ge, ghe. Okay? Then there is, if you put the whole palm it's called ka. Ka. With time you remember, you don't have to worry about all these things. Now there are individual syllables for this, there are individual syllables for this. Together, when we put together, there are some, we make some more syllables. If I play na here and ghe here, together it becomes dha, dha, dha. This is dha. Together if you play, that is dha. If you put, then there is, this is a dha. If you put the same ghe here and there is tin here. I forgot one thing. This was na, ta, tun, tin. 4 syllables till now. They are enough for you. Na, ta, tin, tun, and ge, ghe. Combining these, we will proceed. Okay, so this is going to be dha or dhin. You can see the difference is coming when the sound, when I'm playing dha and dhin, there's going to be a difference. Dha, dhin. Dha. Exactly the syllables which I told you. Using those syllables, I have played this one. Dha, dhin, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, tin, tin, ta, ta, dhin, dhin, dha. It is a teen tan which we are going to learn later. Just for initiation, I am going to turn a small rhythmic cycle. 6 beats rhythmic cycle, we call it dadra, which is used in folk music, in light music, in bhajans, many of the bhajans, in Bollywood songs, you play it. Even on drums, you exactly do the same thing. So, my dear friend, the syllables are like dha, dhi, na, dha, tu, na. Okay? It goes like this. Dha, dhi, na, dha, tu, na. Dha, dhi, na, dha, tu, na. Dha, dhi, na, dha, tu, na. This is something we call theka, which is the exact rhythmic cycle of dadra. There are many variations which we are going to learn. They are called nagi, nadi, prakar, and so many things are there for dadra, which we are going to learn as we progress. So different, as many of you must have heard bhajans, like Mr. Shivarama, he has more inclination towards bhajan, and he wants to learn percussion music so that he can play with bhajans. Bhajan is a divine music basically. So, sir, by the way, would you like to tell some favorite bhajan of yours?
Ram Ratna Dhan Payo.
Okay, Ram Ratna Dhan Payo. Okay, fine. I will put it and I will show how we can play exactly this Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. As I told, this thing which I am playing dadra, this thing, it is mostly used for folk music, for divine music, for night music, many of the Bollywood songs you see. So I am going to play this one and you see how I can play, how I am going to play and put variation. Okay, Payo ji maine, sir, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to go to really good level. Oh, I'm sorry, actually this bhajan is not in 6 beats. It's in 8 beat cycle. Doesn't matter. I thought this is in 6 beat, but now I remember it's in 8 beat. Eight beat cycle we will learn after 6 beat. First understand how do we play. It's a divine music. My tabla is not tuned though, but fine, doesn't matter. Basically, I just, I showed how does the syllabus work.
So Aditya,
Yes.
what happened was that the sound was kind of filtered as background noise, and we were not able to hear anything.
Oh, you are not able to hear anything. Okay, doesn't matter.
Nope.
I thought you are able to hear me. Just then
No,
1 minute.
no. So I didn't want to like interrupt you because
No, it's okay. That's
she
fine.
already-
That's fine.
Noise suspension.
I got it.
From
I've understood.
Or what you can do is you can go to your Zoom settings and set the threshold of recording to very low, so it will pick up everything. But don't keep it very low, otherwise it will just give that noise.
Can you see? Can you hear now?
No, very low.
Okay.
You haven't played yet. Yeah, now it's a little better.
You can't hear us now.
क्या अभी ठीक है
So Aditya, this time what happened?
So basically,
So Aditya, this time. So this time what happened? Bhajan was very loud and clear, but your tabla was not. So one thing that we can do is you can unplug your headphone and let the speaker of the laptop, let the microphone of the laptop pick up the noise. That can be an option, but we can move on now.
Okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, I was just demonstrating, that
Yes.
this is what I'm going to teach
Yes.
you. You be at that level that you can play literally anything, whatever you want to pick, whichever. I mean, tabla. It opens your horizon about beat and rhythm. So after this, any instrument I listen to, any song I listen to, I see, oh yeah, this beats, this rhythm pattern is being played. Whether even if you are playing jazz, I can understand. And that's what I was attending the jazz sessions in Ukraine where I met Maxim. So just for initiation, this is for now. Once you have the instrument, or we'll talk maybe for 2-3 more sessions we can have, you can get the feel of the instrument and the music. That once you understand the thing, you really enjoy music. Your perception obviously enhances. That's what is most important. So I'm going to stop right now with my session. We'll have a small piece, 5-minute piece by Ijaz Bhai. He plays melody on sarangi. And Ijaz Bhai, कोई हो जाए, इवनिंग रागा हो जाए. हाँ, तो इजाज भाई जो है कुछ सुनाएंगे मेलोडी. रिदमिक पैटर्न आपने सुन लिया, अब इजाज भाई से सुनिए. We cannot collaborate. I cannot play because there comes a lag in Zoom, and I do not want to do that. So इजाज भाई शुरू कीजिए अब.
जी मैं आपको कोई फिल्मी गीत बॉलीवुड का सुनाऊं या कोई ट्रेडिशनल धुन सुनाऊं?
Traditional.
Traditional. Okay, traditional. No.
ट्रेडिशनल दो निजाज भाई.
ओके.
Fine.
तो मैं एक आपको बहुत ही ट्रेडिशनल सॉन्ग है और बहुत ही फेमस है जो सारी दुनिया में, केसरिया बालम, जो सारंगी का स्पेशल है, तो वो आपको सुनाता हूँ.
Maxim, you can switch on video for 5 more minutes. Maxim can join on guitar. Maybe I can see guitar is there on his back. Oh wow.
सारंगी सुनाई आ रही है? ओके.
आ रही.
थैंक यू.
एजाज भाई, थैंक यू सो मच. आपकी आवाज एक्चुअली ऊपर नीचे हो रही है बिकॉज वो जो माइक का जो मोबाइल का प्लेसिंग है वो बहुत सही जगह पे नहीं है, और ऑब्वियसली हम एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं करते हैं इतना परफेक्शन until unless माइक्रोफोन लगा उसमें. सो विल हैव सम सेशन मे बी सम टाइम विद एजाज. आपको जुगनबंदी करके दिखाएंगे और obviously we'll be doing things live also, maybe sometime in Delhi or when things become normal, so we'll be performing, and sometime maybe in Vienna also if Maxim wants to host us. Maxim, would you like to host us in Austria? Vienna is a classical capital of the world, classical music capital of the world, for Western, right? Am I right?
Maybe it's the information, but I don't know.
I heard it. But there is a lot of music, lot of Western music happens in Vienna.
Yes, yeah, but now it's a bit, the Vienna is a little bit slow. So if there is a concert, people want to know a couple of years in advance. But don't worry, because we have like own platform, and we can do it.
Sure. That's a future. Don't worry about it. So, guys, I would like to wind up for this session. It was an introductory session from basics. Then now we'll move to learning patterns. If you can arrange tabla from somewhere, that's the best thing. Maybe after some time or after a few more sessions, because obviously this is my instrument which I can put. I cannot bring any other instrument. Obviously, I'd have to also practice on that. So I believe if you search it, you can definitely get it. From India, definitely you can get. Even in Vienna, I will tell from where to get. Don't worry about it. Continuing this session next Saturday, we'll meet you with more now musical and practical stuff. Okay? Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you, Aditya.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done.